Hello, everybody, boys and girls. Welcome to the first edition of Arfin Talks. I am your host, Dan Arfin. I'm just going to be talking about all kinds of things that I think are on our mind each day, questions we have, and stuff like that. And the inspiration to create this channel started with a story a few days ago. My toilet started leaking. It appeared to be a pretty simple problem, but I don't know how to fix anything, so I called up a handy friend of mine. He says, yeah, I can fix the toilet. He comes over to fix the toilet. He can't fix the toilet. Toilet's still leaking. So we got to do a little extra work. We got to shut the water off to the toilet, but the toilet does not have its own valve. Every water source in my house is controlled by this little central unit, this thing called a mana block, which I never heard that word until a few days ago. Now it's in the laundry room behind the dryer. It's shaped kind of like this. It's got valves going down two at a time like this, hot and cold. You just pull them out and push them in to turn water on and off. But you know, they're labeled, but it's not really clear which valve controls what. So we're just turning them all on and off and just trying to figure out how to shut this one toilet off. And then the mana block starts leaking. The central control units for all the water to the house starts leaking. And water is like the most extreme thing ever in the world. You know, on one hand, it keeps you alive. But on the other hand, it destroys everything in its path. So now this is like an emergency. You know, now all of a sudden we got to get a plumber over here as fast as possible. And we don't have time to get someone recommended. We got to get anybody who'll come through the door now. And the first guy to show up like an hour later, like he walks in and says, oh, I don't know how to fix this. I can't fix this. I don't know what this is. And he leaves. Like, what did they send you for? You know what I mean? So we wait another hour. Then another guy shows up, and he seems to have some idea of what to do. He's not really sure what needs to be done. He's not sure if it can be done, and blah, blah, blah. It was just all doom and gloom, and it just went on for hours and hours and hours like this. Everybody I spoke to just had no idea what to do, or if this could be solved, or if this was even a normal problem. It just seemed like they were going to have to burn the whole house down just to fix this one little problem. And on top of all the stress you're dealing with just the problem itself, then you wonder if the person you're talking to, you wonder if they're telling you the truth or not. Are they telling you the work that's necessary, or are they telling you the work that as much work as they can do so they can make as much money as they can? So it's just a mess, and leaks are miserable. And I had a leak in my kitchen a few years ago, and I couldn't use my kitchen for 2 months, and it was nice having my friend listen to all this with me, to go through it with me. And then the plumber leaves, and I just take a few minutes to myself, and I'm just really feeling wrecked at this point. And you know, anytime you're feeling stress and anger and depression, you are disconnected from the universe. You are just you just feel like you want to crawl into a hole and die. And that's basically how I was feeling. But there is actually one exception to all this. And if you are still trusting the universe, and you are still in full tune with your spirituality and your connectivity to everybody, because as the universe, we are all connected to each other as one thing. If you are still aware of all that, all the stress you're feeling doesn't matter. You are still grateful. You are still connected. You are just evolving the way you're meant to be evolving. And it's okay to feel those emotions. They don't feel very pleasant, but you wouldn't know joy if you didn't feel pain and stress. So it's just letting yourself evolve, and that's all it is. And because it's not bad to feel bad, because it's not good to feel good. They're just emotions that are teaching you. Every experience is a teacher, no matter what it is. Everything that happens to you, you unconsciously created to come and teach you something you wanted to know. You look within and find the deeper meaning. But I was losing my connectivity at this point. I was saying to myself, I did not ask for this experience. I did not want this. And I was just feeling just dreadful. As low as I've ever felt. Just because this is my house. I mean, it's not the end of the world that there's a leak in my house, but it's almost the end of the world. I live here. I mean, you're going to have your whole world upside down. What if I got to shut the water off? I was just fearing the worst. And what do I got to do? I got to deal with this. So then later that night, a friend of a friend of a friend, another plumber, he comes by. At least I can get some honest input. And he says, yeah, you got to replace this, but he can't do it because he's not licensed yet in the state. And it's just, it helped, but it didn't help. I haven't really gotten anywhere. And I got water dripping down into my neighbor's garage. I got towels plugged underneath it. But now the towels are getting drenched and now they're dripping. So I got to keep replacing the towels and they're getting wet really fast. And it's just, this is all just going nowhere. And I talked to a neighbor and he told me a plumber I can call the next day because they're not 24/7. I talked to another plumber overnight, and he was the most doom and gloom out of everybody. He's saying that, like, you got to repipe the whole house. Now, I didn't think he necessarily knew what he was talking about. It was just, does anybody have anything to tell me along the lines of, yes, we can fix this? You know, finally, I finally thought to put a bag underneath to catch the water, but I was up all night. I slept for like 1 hour. And when I woke up, I was miserable to be waking up to this reality, dreading 7:30 in the morning to make these phone calls, even though I want to make them. So I called back that original plumber, and it's just the same thing. We don't know if it's compatible, this or that. I got to look at it again, and it's just like, oh, God. And I never really trusted this guy in the first place. I was not getting a good feeling about it. So then I called that other plumber, and right when the receptionist picked up the phone, she's not even a plumber. As soon as I talked to her, I got a better feeling. And she sends somebody over. He comes in. He takes a towel. He wipes the valves that are dripping. And all of a sudden, the dripping stops. It was like magic. And now he starts telling me about how he can fix the problem. And I'm just like, how come nobody else would tell me that? He's like, well, because we're only one of two companies certified to fix Mani-Bloks and replace them. So, whatever. It's going to cost an arm and a leg. Fine, I don't care. Hooray. We have a resolution. Hooray. That's all I wanted. My girlfriend lives here. I was telling her that. That's all I wanted was a resolution. And now just all the stress is just coming out. And it's just like, all of a sudden I start speaking these words of wisdom. All of a sudden everything is coming into place and it's all making sense now. Everything I was saying before about how if you're feeling stressed, it's okay as long as you're aware of your connectivity. That truth is what came to me once the stress subsided, because stress teaches you. It's fine to go through stress. It brings you wisdom. And I did create this experience, not because I wanted to have a leak in my house, but because I wanted inspiration. And inspiration comes from within. And the universe will bring it to you in some form that you could never predict. Because after this was done, after all the stress was gone, now I thought I want to start a YouTube channel. And people had been telling me to start a blog or a YouTube channel because I wrote a book last year, which I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to publish, but I need more exposure, and nothing was coming to me about the blog or the channel. It's like, and it's got to be effortless. Everything you do has got to be effortless. It's not even a decision. All your best decisions and choices you make, biggest choices you ever made, they weren't decisions like you thought about forever. You just started doing it. You know, if you try to force yourself to do something because everybody's telling you to do it, or because everybody else is doing it, you're just wasting your time. You're not going to get anywhere. You're going to run out of steam fast. And you're not even going to put out quality work because you don't even want to be doing it yet. You're not ready. I wasn't ready yet. That's all, and that's fine. There's no rush to do anything. There's no time constraints. It's not a race. It's just whatever happens when it happens. So the universe was bringing me this to teach me, to inspire me. I needed to feel this stress, to feel the inspiration. That's why it all happened. And stress is okay. It teaches you. It inspires. It's not a bad thing to feel. I know none of us enjoy feeling it, but it's just one of those necessary things. So here we are now. Finally. It all makes sense. I mean, I've been feeling a lot of stress even before this because I've been a poker player and, my whole life's changing because I'm getting burnt out by it. I just don't want to do it anymore. It's like puberty, except it's not puberty because it's your whole life. It's not just your body, it's your whole life. And, that whole time I was telling myself, just trust the universe, just trust the universe. But I was really starting to get away from that the other day. And that's why I was feeling like I wanted to disappear. Because when you deny your spirituality and you're feeling down, that's when you want to disappear. But if you're feeling down and you're still aware of it, it's okay. You're still grateful, you're still learning, and everything's cool. So, there it is. We'll be talking to you soon. And well, I'll be talking to you soon. And just, yeah, hit the subscribe button. Leave a message after a beep. You know this already. Thank you, and see you later.